And welcome to Good to Know. I'm your host, Alexa Liacco. We love to highlight the uplifting stories that you don't always get to see. And today, it's all about sports in the spotlight this summer and some talented athletes hoping to make it to the biggest competition of their lives. See the dedication,
7 hours a day,
training.
When we're on the water, we're burning anywhere from 800 to 1,100 calories per hour.
And barriers to overcome to compete against other athletes from all over the world.
It hasn't been a perfect journey at all, far from.
It's just amazing to me. It's a dream fulfilled.
Women standing out in some of the most unique sports.
People told me, like, you probably aren't going to make the Olympic team, and then I made the team, and then they're like, well, you're probably not going to medal. So I was like, well, I'm going to medal. Like, you just kind of built off that.
And what led many of these people to follow their dreams.
I remember seeing it for the first time and knowing instantly, like, man, I would love to do that.
It means a lot. Every time I wear it, I know it's my duty to train hard.
We start with a solo sport that's producing some top young hopefuls on both the men's and women's side.
At just 18, Amari Jones' focus was clear.
And I want to win the gold medal, which I will. Go to international tournament, win gold there, and in the next 3 years, you'll see me in the 2024 Olympics.
The Florida-born boxer discussed that vision with a Miami-based videographer, and now 3 years later, he's seeing those dreams become reality. In fact, the Orlando native is now headed to Paris, a journey that has come with struggles.
The qualifiers, it was tough. My first qualifier, I came up short at the Pan American Games.
Instead of qualifying for the Summer Games last year, he had to return home to Florida and focus on the Olympic qualifying tournament in Italy.
There I had to fight 4 times against 4 tough opponents, and this tournament was actually harder than the first qualifier because you had to fight all the countries in the world.
One of Amari's biggest supporters in the gym is his father and one of his coaches, Carl Jones.
It was tough, but once the fight get started, I'm a little more relaxed because I see him doing his thing.
After watching his son sweep through the first 3 fighters in the opening rounds, the elder Jones says that the championship rounds were the most difficult to watch.
We always have that eye contact at the end of each round, and he always looked for that nod.
And that father-son nod was on full display in Italy as Amari landed an Olympic spot at 156 pounds.
Just to be surrounded by greatness and a part of that small percentage of Olympians around the world is just amazing to me. It's a dream fulfilled.
Now Jones says that he hopes his story of perseverance can inspire the next generation.
I really didn't have that much success as an early amateur. I lost at Silver Gloves. I lost at Nationals 3 or 4 times. So I just feel like my consistency over the years finally got me to this point, the Olympics.
For most of us, this is just a boxing ring. But for Violet Lopez, not only is this where she found her voice, but where she might make history.
When I first started, I never thought I would be where I am right now.
Once Violet steps foot in the United Community Center boxing gym, she is locked in. Known as the Warrior Princess, Violet is quickly becoming one to watch. She recently made an international team, won 3 national championships, and now has her eyes on an even bigger prize, making Team USA for the 2028 Summer Olympics.
I'm still in shock to this day. Until I actually go and experience it, I can't believe how real it is.
Violet began boxing when she was 8 years old, after her father suggested she give it a try.
Even though I wasn't as good as everyone else around me, it was natural to me. I could naturally just go in the ring and fight. It wasn't something I had to be taught.
Now at 16, Violet is well on her way to making a name for herself in the sport. One person who has been following her journey is Bianca Fuster, a filmmaker and fellow UCC alum who directed The Warrior Princess, a short documentary film about the budding boxer.
I wanted my first project to be something that paid homage and kind of provided a platform for something that meant a lot to me.
Bianca began filming Violet nearly 5 years ago as she worked her way up in the sport. After completing the documentary, Bianca realized the girl that lived in the film no longer existed, and she wanted to take viewers along to meet who Violet is now.
It turned out to be about a young girl who shows discipline, perseverance, persistence, doesn't give up, continues to fight, while being in a space where not everyone necessarily believes that she belongs in.
Along with the updated version of the film, Violet is gearing up for another big adventure as she gets ready to head to the Olympic training facility later this year.
It hasn't been a perfect journey at all, far from. There was a lot of obstacles to get to where I am today, but the determination and love I have for the sport, I mean, it was all worth it.
Miguel Angel Rosario Jr. is ready to throw down. The Valley resident known as B-Boy Gravity hopes to defy its pull on the world stage this summer.
Born on the concrete all day, but to be able to have an opportunity to show the world that breaking belongs on an Olympic platform.
For Rosario, breakdancing was an art form filled with acrobatics and creativity that hooked him from the start.
I remember seeing it for the first time and knowing instantly, like, man, I would love to do that.
The former gymnast was a natural, making a name for himself amongst the nation's best for the past 16 years. The dedication to his craft now has the 35-year-old dreaming of leading Team USA to gold.
I think it was something over 2,000 competitors to where we're now down to the final 40, and I'm ranked within the top 7.
The final 40 will battle over the next 2 competitions to land the last spot on the team. Despite being an elder statesman, he's feeling confident.
You'd be surprised. So in breaking, man, you age like fine wine, you know, and it's really about the experience.
When the sport debuted at the Youth Olympics in 2018, it recorded the game's highest television ratings. This father of 5 hopes to not only punch his ticket to Paris, but give fans across the world a show they won't forget.
It's never been done at this level, and so when people see what breaking has to offer, I think it's gonna be the coolest thing to watch.
Unfortunately, Miguel didn't make it into the games this year, but you can bet he'll be watching and cheering on Team USA. We find our next athlete out on the water in Florida, where he grew up and hopes to sail to the top of his game.
Oh, I was over the moon, you know. I was so excited. Like, there aren't words to describe the feeling of what it's like to win that and to be the one that's selected to go to the Olympics.
That's how Clearwater native Noah Lyons felt when he qualified for the 2024 Summer Olympic Games.
I think it was just pure euphoria, just the feeling of relief that I accomplished this goal and just happiness, you know, happy that I could go home with that box ticked and go to the Olympics.
He will be representing Team USA in windsurfing, something he's worked for his whole life.
It's extremely intense. You know, when we're on the water, we're burning anywhere from 800 to 1,100 calories per hour. So it's a lot of days on the water and a lot of days in the gym. I'll go through training blocks, so maybe a 4-week block, and then I'll take a week off.
Not only is it something he is good at, it's his passion.
And I just love the freedom of being out on the water and just sailing, just being in touch with Mother Nature. Being able to represent them and make them proud means a lot to me.
Still ahead, it's all about the women standing out in their sports. Some more traditional.
Oh, nice serve, Liv.
Others truly unique.
The blades are not pointy at all.
All are good to know.
Now that I don't really have a lot of people telling me I can't do stuff, I've really been able to find a love for the sport.